On February 2nd, 2436, the vessels of the Tomorrow Space Enterprises expedition completed their epic journey across hundreds of light years. Their voyage spanned 3 centuries, manned by generation after generation of spaceborne crew who had never even seen a planet, let alone set foot on one. It was on this day that the ship's velocities dropped below the escape velocity of Paradiso and settled inward, coming to rest in orbit around its innermost planet. Though Alpha Station would not fully be established for nearly another year, it is this day, this obscure astrogation event, which is commemorated annually on the Paradisian holiday of grounding, for it was on grounding when the fates of those stalwart colonists became intertwined with their home beyond the cradle of humanity. Grounding harkens back to those first heady days of the expedition's arrival, rekindling that original sense of renewed idealism, for hope of a better tomorrow, and a sense of accomplishment of the impossible by the sheer force of will. Though grounding has yet to be celebrated on the surface of a new world, as the festival was originally envisioned to be, it is perhaps the colony's most cherished tradition. It has become a respite from the grueling task of building a new home on the furthest frontier, when hope thought lost to years of bitter hardship is expressed in a week of celebration.
Drive and final priming sequence. Inversion in 2 minutes. Ensign Wilson, report to the bridge. Oh, Fields, tell me please that we're going to get better at this.
The computers are chewing on the telemetry now. We should be able to update the navigational database in 216 minutes.
All decks have checked in, nothing unusual to report. Engineering is beginning its post-jump diagnostics on the drive unit. Preliminary auto checks appear to be normal.
Not too shabby. Local conditions. Cat? Status report.
Oh,
Nice of you to join us, mister.
sorry. Sensors indicate a category M75 star of 0.18 solar masses, heading 22.4 by 3.4 downplane, range 173 light minutes.
It's a typical red dwarf star, 4 planets, 2 gas giants, and 2 solids.
There's a fair amount of planetesimal debris. There could be a significant navigational risk.
Brian, start a new cartography file. Survey System 16. Run a standard mapping routine. Cat slow to 1/4 until we have a pretty good idea we're not going to smack into something. Maintain this radial distance for now.
Aye, sir.
I could use a cup of bean. My head is still ringing. Paul, care to join me?
Sure.
Paul, you seem to have a better perspective on the rank and file of thinking. I mean, as CPO, they're more likely to open up to you being a fellow non-com, right? So how are they holding up?
Not bad. For a bunch of red shirts.
I know they could have hardly expected to be stuck bouncing around from place to place. And on top of that, being hunted by Murrow's garbage boy. But except for that little incident with the cargo loaders, they've been holding up pretty well.
The Still, there's this look about them as they wander the corridors. I don't know, they seem restless. I don't doubt that I would be too if I were in their position, but things may start to go downhill if we're not cautious.
I mean, take Kat, for instance. These past few jumps, she's becoming more and more distracted. I mean, this could hardly be the first crew she was looking forward to. Junior bridge officer on the lost ship.
Well, a few jumps ago when we were getting checked out on the adjustments we made to the fighters, we got some chatter on the way back to the ship. She said something about how her and her folks used to go to the grounding festival.
Oh, hell. With all these test jumps we've been doing, I lost track of their date. Let's see. February 2nd was on the 24th of Franktober this year?
The 29th, actually. You forgot about Leap Week. It's the day after tomorrow, or at least we think so. With the MDM drive still being flaky, it's not easy to keep track in real time.
And Kat's from Alpha Station, so she got to see all the celebrations live with her folks.
Lucky her. I could scarcely stomach all those hideous floats they ran all the way around Alpha Station's Lido deck for the Murrow Memorial Parade they ran every year, prepping all the decent holiday shows. No taste at all.
You're one to talk. You enjoyed that exhibition of 20th century Baron Laden sculpture on Epsilon Station last year.
Hey, some of that stuff was deep. Anyway, I doubt she's the only one having a hard time with it based on what I'm starting to see in the others. We're bound to have a serious morale problem, especially over the next few days.
Damn, I hate it when you're right. About morale, not lawn sculpture.
Lucky for you, it's not too often.
Captain,
Go ahead, Brian.
mapping survey came back with something interesting. I think you should get up here.
Continue the high-resolution scan, Ensign. Captain, our preliminary mapping is nearly complete. Aside from some minor navigational hazards, sensors have returned interesting data regarding the planet nearest the star. Survey 16-1 is a typical Ferris body with a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere. Its density is a little bit on the heavy side, and the climate is chilly due to low solar illumination, but it should sustain human life fairly comfortably.
Great, we haven't found a decent planet in weeks, and the crew's getting antsy.
However, you should consider two factors before thinking about awarding shore leave. First, there's an unusual radiation emission from the planet itself. It has an odd modulation sequence which is driving the particle sifter nuts, but it doesn't appear dangerous. Frankly, I've never seen anything quite like it.
Doesn't appear dangerous. Then
I'm
why-
just getting to that. We're trying to get a better scan of it now, but there appears to be a lot of metallic debris around Planet 1.
Asteroids again.
High resolution scan complete, sir.
Alright, display the results.
Isn't that...
Yes, as I thought. Most of the ships are unrecognizable, but at least some of them have to be from the second Kuan Yin expedition.
According to ship's records, they were launched in 2109, funded by a conglomerate of Pacific Rim multinational corporations.
And at their drive capacities and this distance from Earth, they could have arrived here no more than 2 years ago.
I remember reading about these ships back in a history of starship engineering course back in trade school. The pinnace design is distinctive. But all I see are a few of the landing craft. Where's the colony ship? The Chun-Su?
Gesundheit.
Haha.
Sensors still haven't identified their flagship, although some of the debris corresponds to its smaller support ship, the Saogen.
We can't find any craft on the surface, landed or crashed, nor any radio transmissions. Although we're too far away to be certain, there seems to be no sign of life on Planet 1. So the question is, why are only their support ships here, and how were they destroyed?
Why and by what?
What a mystery.
Oh no.
We have to investigate. Cat, set course for Planet 1. Approach assumes standard orbit on arrival. I'll hit cruise.
Don't you think that would be unwise?
How so?
We can't be certain yet, but I dare say that Chun-Su lies among the wreckage. We know the expedition was here, but there's no life on the surface, nor are there any nearby space stations. There's enough mass in the debris field to account for the Chun-Su. It's unlikely they would pass this planet by, so we have to assume that something wiped them out. An unidentified radiation source, or whatever it may be masking, make excellent suspects, and yet you're suggesting we fly into it.
Cat, at cruising speed, what's our ETA to orbit?
About 26 hours.
That long.
To get through the asteroid belts and maintain a thorough navigational hazard net. Yes, sir.
Well, Brian, Mirage may not be the pride of Lambda Station, but I bet we're better equipped to deal with this than a couple of Earth ships 4 centuries old. If there's something out there that's a hazard to us, you have 26 hours to find it.
Great. I just used up all my bean rations.
I hereby triple your bean rations for the day. Good luck, Commander. Paul, keep tabs on Brian and find out what you need to know to assemble a landing party. Prep Cloud Breaker to go planet side, and the fighters too, just in case. Carry on, Kat. And please see me in my office at 0800, if you would. Kat, have a seat, please. Ensign Watson, what is your appraisal of the mission thus far?
Captain,
Well, this is your first cruise since your commissioning out of the Academy. I'd like your impressions.
are you serious?
Aren't I always?
This has not turned out to be what I expected when I came into the fleet.
No. Didn't the fleet recruitment holiday say something about embracing the adventure? Or some such crap like that? Over the course of the calibration survey, we've already covered several times more districts than the Tomorrow Space Enterprise expedition did. More than any other people in human history. How much more adventure could you want?
What I want to know is where I am going, not just bouncing around from place to place. We've traveled so far because we're all zigzagging through the galaxy in the wrong direction. I want to be home for the festivals like I told my family I would be, not out.
So there it is. I thought that might be the problem.
That little weasel Herrera told you, didn't he?
This has nothing to do with Paul. This has to do with your performance. On the remainder of this war, if we can't find a way back soon, crew's morale may keep us from finding a way back at all. I need the bridge crew to stay up to speed, and we're to hold this ship together.
Yes, ma'am.
Kat, it's not like that. Burroughs thrown us to the wolves. The fleet, or rather the fleet that the Academy drummed into you, is over 300 light years away. I know this will sound cliche, but would not just occur anymore. The old hierarchies of Paradisio may only waste our time with formalities, or they can cause a fatal mistake. I'm not going to allow that, and you're not going to allow that either. So, what are we going to do about it?
Well, grounding is tomorrow. And it seems we may have a suitable planet where we could actually hold a small festival for the crew.
The Spaceborne have always dreamed of a day when grounding would be held in a peaceful world, but they didn't know about Inferno. The first planet-side grounding held by a banished crew in the wrong star system. Rather ironic, isn't it? Officer thinking, Ensign. I don't like that.
What do we have to throw of it, though?
I'm not sure. A little later, after the away team comes back, why don't you and Paul check out the boxes in the cargo hold? Between that and what I requisitioned from Alpha, Gamma, and Delta, we ought to find something useful.
Do I really want to know?
Maybe not, but do it anyway. As I was getting to earlier, you're practically family now. How's it going, Paul?
Well, Cloudraker, Cat's Claw, and Main Gauche are tanked up and launch ready, and so am I! And I've got the away team roster organized as we had discussed.
Okay. And, how's Brian?
Yeah?
Lambda Station to Brian. Anything we should be concerned about?
Oh, Lambda Station. We're home.
I did check periodically. You never determined what the radiation source was, but it still doesn't appear to be harmful. It isn't blocking our readings of the planet at this range. Still no signs of life down there or in orbit.
Bunny followed me home, Mom. Can I keep it?
No signs of life in Brian either. He's been like that for several hours.
Yes, Brian, but you have to keep him in your quarters. Now brush your teeth and go to bed.
Yay.
What are your mother and I going to do with you?
Don't know. Set fire to the sofa?
What a maroon.
Hush. Well, that's taken care of. Let's play outside. Paul, mind the bridge while Brian's in his coma. Kat, you're with me. We need to find a gathering site.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll check in every hour on the hour. Keep it on the scanners, and warm up the main gauge in case we need air support.
Will do. Have fun. Don't breathe any spores or nothing.
Not the most beautiful planet. And there's something odd about it that I can't quite put my finger on. But after weeks of surveying in a tin can,
It'll do.
that it will. Any signs of settlements or anything of use?
No operating power sources within a 30-click radius, but I think we can found the focus of Brian's radiation field. A ground source, south-southwest, 3.2 clicks. The pocket comp still says it's safe to walk around.
Well, we've gotten this far. I guess we may as well finish the job.
I suppose.
I thought you were eager to kind of get some fresh air.
I am. It's just, I don't know, I'm tired.
I think we're all a bit strung out after all we've been through.
How much more interesting can today be? What the? I had to ask. No, I damn well had to ask. Bridge to Fields.
Man, I'd kill everyone in this landing party for a cup of bean right now.
I think we've got some in Cloudbreaker's emergency medical unit.
Great. Remind me to come in ship stores. Good Dan.
I saw that.
I want to investigate this plot device for Brian.
Sir?
What the?
He's alive in some sort of narcoleptic state. Brainwaves are pretty distorted.
Come on, wake up. Crewman, run back. Go back to the shuttle and get the med kit, and bring the bean back with you.
I think it's contagious.
Come on, wake up.
Who are you? Must leave.
I am Captain Janet Vanderdecken of the T.S.E. Mirage out of Paradisio.
Other colony? Get your people out.
Damn it, Cat! Nothing. Cat! Cat, what? Cat! What is it? Cat!
Whatever.
Damn.
Mirage to Vanderdecken. Mirage to Vanderdecken. Respond, please. Condition MCON 6.
What's going on?
There you are. We've got problems. Something's affecting the MDM drive system. The database was being re-optimized and tested with the added results from the last jump when the computer froze. It took engine control with it and won't restart. Something is blocking most of the kernel sectors, and we're in danger of losing the survey data. What's worse is that I can't seem to raise half the decks. It's not the comlinks, they're simply not answering.
Murphy's name.
Oh, and it gets better. The landing party's overdue, and I can't raise the captain.
Now what?
Missile launch. 3 birds on intercept from the planet's surface. Slow trajectories. Unknown warhead configuration. Intercept in 74 seconds.
Bye. Come back sometime. We're very curious.